Hi there, Bravehearts. It's Heather Vickery. Welcome to my Brave in Action weekly live show. For those of you who are new, let me just take a quick minute and introduce myself. As I said, I'm Heather Vickery. I am the CEO and founder of Vickery & Co., which is a success and leadership coaching firm dedicated to helping you have a life and a business that you absolutely freaking love in every possible way. I am the author and best-selling author, yay, of a brand new book out called Fuck Fearless. I am the executive producer and host of two podcasts. One is called The Brave Files, where I interview people who have stepped out of fear and into bravery in every possible way. And the other one I co-host with my good friend, Alan Seals, called Was It Chance? It's the podcast about embracing opportunity and manifesting your dreams to be successfully creative. I love it. Go check those out. And every single Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central, I join you here for Brave in Action. I love doing this because I share one little tip, one little thing that you can do to put your brave in action in the moment. And today's tip is a big one. Y'all, stop putting up with the bullshit. We're always constantly putting up with so much bullshit, right? Whatever it is, what are you tolerating that is keeping you from feeling good, from feeling aligned, centered, harmonious, joy filled, all of that? Anything from unfolded laundry, which, as somebody who I think has undiagnosed ADHD right here, unfolded laundry is like a thing that's always in my house, but it drives me insane, to avoiding conversation. Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe what you're tolerating is avoiding forgiving someone, something, or maybe yourself. You could be tolerating all sorts of things that take up mental and spiritual real estate that you don't really want to be giving up, right? That's the thing about it. When we tolerate stuff that we could take action on and change, we are giving up all of our control and all of our power. And I want you, if you don't know this, or if it's a reminder for you, to know that empowerment is inside work, my friends. Empowerment is you showing up for yourself. It's you saying, these things are bullshit and I don't have to do them anymore. I don't want to do them anymore. So maybe it's, I spend too much time scrolling on the internet. As a parent of 4 girls, 2 teenagers, I have to tell you, I got sucked into TikTok, and I see my friend Barbie is here. Barbie is a TikToker also. I got sucked into TikTok, and I can see now how we spend hours just watching videos that mean nothing, that do nothing for us. And then we don't do the things that we want to be doing. And that's a toleration too. Like, we're tolerating ourselves in those scenarios. There are so many different types of things. For me personally, right now, I'm tolerating some unhad conversations that I know once I have them, that feels scary and a little painful, but once I have them, I'm going to feel better. I am tolerating, gosh, I feel like a lot. I'm tolerating not feeling great in my own skin. Those are my choices for not moving my body appropriately and not eating things that make me feel good. Whether that's in the moment good, like treating myself to something, or making choices to eat things that don't make me feel sluggish, because I know what those things are. Sometimes I get so busy or so in the groove, or maybe even so down or structured or routine, that I just grab whatever and I don't prep and plan, that then I pay for it. So I'm tolerating that for myself. Barry says, don't get me started on TikTok scroll sessions. One of the ways that I manage that so that it's not a toleration, so that it's not some bullshit that's getting in my way, is I set time limits on it for myself. Like, I'm going to go through quickly and check and give myself a little joy, and then I'm going to move on, right? That helps. So one of the ways we can remove toleration, stop dealing with the bullshit, first and foremost, is awareness. We have to be aware that these things, whatever they are for you in this moment, we have to be aware that they are getting in your way, that they're causing a problem, that they're tolerations that take up space, emotional real estate, mental real estate, that you don't want to give them. You don't have the space to give them. You don't want to give them. You get aware. And then once you're aware, and you can make a list maybe of what those items are, Then you can take action to create change, whether that's setting a boundary. So this is utilizing the 3 R's in the Brave method. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Brave method, it's one of the things that it's the core thing I talk about in my new book, Fuck Fearless. Paperback version comes out officially tomorrow, which is my birthday. So that's awesome. So you can get the hardback or the paperback versions right now. You can pre-order the paperback. The Brave method is my method that I coach and speak on that helps you creatively and strategically problem solve, dream, design, and build a life and a business that you love. So the BRAVE is an acronym. BRAVE stands for boundaries, the 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience, action and accountability, vulnerability, and expand and empower. So what are we doing if we're listing out all of our tolerations? If we're going, these things are pissing me off. They're taking up emotional and mental space that I don't want to give them. They're keeping me from either feeling uncluttered, they're making me feel chaotic, they're in my way from some sort of growth trajectory, right? Like sometimes sending an email, making sales calls, networking, whatever that is, doing them or avoiding them. Sometimes it flips back and forth. When we list those things out, we're being aware. So that's the 3 R's: reassessment. We're reassessing. We're aware. Oh, this thing is a problem. This is a problem I don't want to have anymore. I'm going to make a change here. So we're aware. Once we're aware of something, it's miraculous to me how quickly and how often, even without our knowledge or our permission, we start to shift and change our behaviors. Why is that? Well, because awareness is required to create a habit or to start something new, to shift. And so once you're aware, you're going to start doing things differently. You're going to start showing up differently because your brain knows better. You're not tricking yourself anymore, which is really, really important. So you make a list, you're aware, and then you go, what can I do about this? What do I want to do about this? Do I want to do anything about this? Or do I want to let this thing continue to take up its real estate? Maybe we do. Last weekend, I folded 6 loads of laundry. Yes, folks, I am admitting that there were 6 loads of unfolded, clean laundry in my house. Now, mind you, I have 4 daughters, and the laundry, some of it was fresh. I'd washed it like that day. Some of it had been there for, I kid you not, months. Listen, nobody's perfect. Certainly not me. I am far from perfect. And so I folded them. I put them out in piles, and I had the kids come and get their stuff and put it away. And I would have liked my life better if I'd done that months ago, but I didn't. So I did it. I gave myself forgiveness. Okay, we're doing it now. And I felt so much better. My house feels so much cleaner without big piles of laundry everywhere. I've spent some time this week researching folks that I want to interview for both of my podcasts, scheduling those things. That feels good to sort of have a plan there, because I was tolerating some anxiety and uncertainty around what's going to happen with the shows and who we're going to have on and what the schedule is going to look like. Also in reconnecting with some clients that I haven't talked to in a while, some past clients, and checking in on them. That felt good. That felt aligned and integrity driven. And then continuing to think about what I want to do in 2022, what I want my life to look like, what I want my business to look like, how do I want to support people, all of those things, right? Such a big deal. The other thing I did, because I have been feeling, and I don't know how many of you, and so this is a toleration, right? This is bullshit. We lean into and let manage part of our life. I have been feeling some anxiety and trepidation as we close the year and go into a new one. And what did I do? Did I do what I wanted? Did I achieve my goals? Did I let myself down? Did I exceed my goals? Do I not even know it because I haven't been practicing what I preach, which I do typically practice what I preach. So that's good. But this anxiety feels like it's there. And I did some intention mapping, and I actually, my group coaching program, Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs, I did this with them yesterday, intention mapping and selecting my word of the year. So intention mapping is one really wonderful way to clear some tolerations, to get rid of some bullshit, to stop telling yourself stories that aren't true and lean into what is true. And intention mapping is really, really different from goal setting, strategic planning. Intention mapping is sort of sitting quietly with yourself and thinking about up to 5 things that you want to intentionally create in the coming year. I'll tell you my word, Barbie. I'll tell you, don't worry. And so the first word that came to me when I just sit quietly and I let the universe share with me, like speak through me. What is it that I want to do? The first word that came to me, the way that I want to feel and be in 2022 was peaceful. I want to feel peaceful. What does that mean? What does it look like? What tolerations, what bullshit do I have to give up to be peaceful? And in what ways do I need to stretch myself and challenge myself to be peaceful? And you continue to go down. So I would say take a piece of paper and list out these 5 things that you want to do. You want to feel the way that you want to be peaceful. I want to be joyful. I want to feel connected. I want to feel inspired, right? Peaceful, joyful, connected, inspired. And then the last one, which happens to also be my word of the year, is I want to create. My word of the year is create. And it's funny because this past year, I've done a lot of creating. A whole book. My client friend, Rachel Swanson and I created our Create Brave deck, which is so much fun. It is a deck of cards. I'll pull one out and show you to help you source and guide manifestation card deck to help you source and guide your next steps. And they're so beautiful. She did all the artwork. We have a cool book with them. So I did a lot of creating. So I'm not necessarily, when I pick the word create as my word of the year for 2022, I'm not necessarily talking about creating a product. Maybe. I don't have any on the horizon. There are none I'm thinking of. I'm pretty confident there will not be another book in 2022 because that's exhausting. And I don't want, that feels like it would be the thief of my peacefulness and joy in the coming year, unless something really unusual presents itself. But what do I want to create? Well, I want to create more adventure. I want to create more opportunities to connect and serve and support. I want to create better connection and engagement in my community. I want to create better relationships with all of you. I want to talk to you all more. I want to be more involved with you. I do want to create, and I will create, an in-person intensive 2-day retreat. What? Y'all are getting the down low. I haven't told anybody except for my strategy team about this. I am no longer going to be doing multiple day workshops online because they did not feel good to me. I did not enjoy them. And I kind of got the impression there towards the end that you guys were getting sick of it too. So we are going to do an in-person, very intimate, very safe, COVID safe event, 2 days, immersive. We're going to go through the Brave method, and we are going to get you from idea to conception and plan in 2 days. I'm going to create that. I'm going to create that because that will also create all of the other things that I want. Connection, peace, inspiration, right? All of those things, joy, so many things. So I want to know for you, what are you tolerating that you could just let go? Like right now, are you tolerating dirty dishes? Are you tolerating avoiding returning a phone call? Are you tolerating a dead plant in your house that makes you feel bad? Throw it out, right? Like take action. The shoes that you trip over every time you walk in the door, put them away. And if, like that kind of silly stuff matters so much. And maybe what are the big things that you're tolerating? And you want to just tackle them, take them apart, get clear on that. And then also do some intention mapping, because that really helps us emotionally and mentally. It sort of forces us to focus on what do we want to let go of in order to bring these intentions to fruition. What do we want to invite in? Who do we have to be to embody those words in the coming year? So not what do we have to do, but who do we have to be? For me to bring those things in, I have to be open-minded. I have to be honest. I have to be willing to be honest with myself and with everyone else. I have to ask for help. I have to stay within my integrity and fight for what I believe in. I have to say yes to the right things and say no to the right things, right? Who do we have to be to make those things happen? All right. So I want to see, you guys have had some comments. BJ, hello, welcome. BJ says awareness of tolerations requires humility, don't you think? Absolutely. Because here's me admitting that I had, 6 loads of laundry all over my house and piles all over my house, just totally, I have to be humble, have to have a little humility to admit that. But it could be with anything else. When we make mistakes, and sometimes we make mistakes, often we make mistakes, is just owning it and moving on. Absolutely. Awareness of tolerations requires a little humility, and I think that's okay. Barbie asked what my word of the year was. It's create. I love that. VJ says toleration is the thief of intentional action. It can be. Absolutely. Toleration can be a thief of intentional action because we don't take the intentional action because we're letting the toleration win, right? Awesome. All right. Well, I want to hear from you. So respond below, comment below. We do have somebody, I think, who's actually checking. Emma. Hey, Emma. Emma is watching on YouTube. Love that. Drop in the comments below and let me know, let all of us know what your inspiration map tells you and what you want your word of the year is going to be, or what your process is to discovering your word of the year. I wasn't sure what my word of the year was going to be. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't feel it. And then I dreamt it actually night before last. I woke up and I was like, create, that's the word. There it is. Right. And it just felt right. It was super intuitive for me. Thank you so much for being here. Just a reminder, I'm Heather Vickery, and I invite you to get your own copy of Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap. Paperback is released tomorrow. You can pre-order it today, as well as come and listen, especially to my brand new podcast, Was It Chance? We are interviewing people who are very successful creatives on their chance encounters, opportunities, and manifestation to build their creative life. It's really fun. We have a lot of fun. wasitchance.com or anywhere you're enjoying podcasts. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm so glad to see so many of you here today. I will be back next Wednesday, and then we will take a 2-week break, the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. So I'll be back. I'll see you next Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Central for Brave in Action. As always, I invite you to connect and chat. I want to know you. I want to be your buddy. I love community. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, and we will see you next week. Bye.